So this is FSMRX, and I'm here with Jody Kennedy. Us! This is your stupid idea.
Hey guys, it's Stephen Kinsler here for FSMRX, and today I'm with Jody Kennedy. Jody Kennedy is a movement specialist. He has he's changed his career. He's evolved his career from running boot camps into CrossFit, and we're going to talk about it all today. So Jody, thanks for being on the show.
No problem. Pleasure to be here.
So for guys who know, like, you've been to FSM, you've done workshops with us guys. I've personally been out to where you are and done workshops. I've known you from before when you had a gym, and just in the fitness kind of CrossFit more so community. That's how we got to know each other, Mov Nat and stuff like that.
Yep.
Where you clearly worked on it and I clearly didn't.
You weren't so bad. Be so hard on yourself.
So for anyone watching, people that might know, what's kind of your background? So where did you start? How did you got into the fitness industry, and just kind of your evolution up until today?
Yeah. So I suppose I always played sport as a kid, GAA, hurling, got into rugby in secondary school, played that at a pretty high level up to senior cup, but still had no idea about fitness really, until I started training in ninjutsu dojo. It was just kind of a year before I left school, I started training there, and it was like pretty hardcore place, and they used to do, like, before every class was like a 40-minute like death circuit, do you know what I mean? It was just like hell. So we put through kind of our ringer with that, and as I went on and I kind of became, I suppose, went up the grades, and before you go for your black belt and that stuff, they give you like a responsibility. So it was to look after the warm-ups, which were like murder sessions. So that was kind of a responsibility I took very seriously, do you know what I mean? So I was going for my black belt and stuff, and I knew I was going to be joining the army at some stage, so I was looking up online psychotic circuit training or something, looking for ideas, you know, because it always had to be harder and harder, and that's how I came across CrossFit.com then, and I was like, oh, this stuff is amazing. It's like, you know, Pukey the Clown, and it was always like, So I started doing little challenges in the dojo, just like, you know, 100 tire flips for time. Just, we didn't have a lot of equipment, but we had certain things. Put up a little whiteboard, and you know, people will put up their times, and people started to really enjoy it. And that was like really early on. And then I went off to the army. Then straight out of school, went straight into the army. And I was pretty well. Like, I found recruit training and stuff was a breeze for me, really, like physically. I kind of flew through that with the training that I had been doing, and I really enjoyed that kind of physical aspect of it. But I still didn't really understand fitness as a thing. I thought you just like hit it hard and that was it, you know. But I started to think about kind of CrossFit and look into it more, and that was my kind of window into, I suppose, other things, you know what I mean? That was kind of how I started to look into Olympic weightlifting and into other things, and eventually got into Mov Nat and all of those type of things. And, you know, it was about after 5 years, I suppose, in the army that I started to get a pain in the arse with it. But I was kind of tied in on a contract, so I couldn't get out. But I started to think about my exit strategy at that stage, and I said, feck it. Like, CrossFit was selling the whole, like, you know, build it and they will come, you know, just start in a little garage. And, you know, I didn't have a garage, so I just robbed a load of sandbags out of the army, filled them up with sand, robbed sandbags, and I just started training in the park. I just put up on Facebook, like, come train with me, and people came, and it kind of just built momentum, because it was really like, it was really underground, like it was.
And back then, because I remember back then, the underground, the reason why I liked it was because no one did it.
Yeah, exactly.
Very few people. You were the elite of the elite in a shed.
It was so raw.
It was so weird.
Exactly. And like, we were doing CrossFit, but it was just like, all we had was sandbags. You know what I mean? So it would just be like rake loads of running, and we were trying to do cleans and stuff like that. But that picked up momentum, like, and we had about 40 people training there at one side. We started in September, and it went right through the winter. We were out there in the snow, and it came around to the following year, and we had a really good following. So decided to try and make the leap, and you know, get our premises, and eventually we made it happen. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. And I specifically remember the day I was in class in Tala, and I was told about this new CrossFit Ronin.
Yeah.
And I was like, why do they call it CrossFit? Are they Asian fellas? And that's just my kind of, these two Asian lads opened up in Ireland. I was like, no, they're ex-Irish Army. I'm like, oh, okay.
It's funny you say that, because it was like either that or and it had its roots obviously in the martial arts thing. Like
which I
wandering
get,
samurai, you know what I mean?
I get
yeah. But it was either that or it was people that were like, who's this Ronan guy? Like because it looked like an Irish name, you know what I mean? So who's this Ronan guy? We always got that question right up to the end, you know what I mean? But that kind of led to, and through CrossFit then I started to look into Mov Nat and Animal Flow and all of these other aspects of training. You know, that's what I loved about CrossFit. Is that nothing was outside, like, you know,
everything was.
Everything is good.
Yeah,
and it was more about the mentality that you brought to it than about the actual thing that you were doing. You know, so that's what I loved about early CrossFit. You know, it was really like all encompassing. Nothing was off the radar. Like, you could do anything.
Do you find that now? Like, and it's one thing I find, and we kind of talked about it a little bit, is that like we were like, rah, let's go, and we'll crush everyone, and everyone wants to be crushed, yes. But the sport has taken over what it originally was.
Absolutely, yeah.
And I know people are still trying to pull it back. Now, people know that I'm not affiliated anymore, but it's kind of it's lost a little bit. So you have to have a specific program, and you have to have this, and you have to have that, and if you don't have these aspects, and like, rather than just kind of come in and exercise in a great community, and we mix it up so you don't get bored.
Absolutely,
which is pretty much the principle, and you're getting great, because what I love is go look at a 2008 video CrossFit. They're in great shape. 2017, they're still in great shape. They're in great, like, amazing shape, these athletes. But they were getting in amazing shape in 2008, and they had, I think the biggest machine was a rower. And they slagged off runners. Just treadmills.
Absolutely.
You didn't have to. You run. You don't have treadmills. Now people are buying true form runners, like, and all this, and assault runners and stuff like that. So I think, like, it's lost.
It has, for sure.
I think in Ireland, I think it's lost its whole community. Gyms don't seem to be hanging out the way they used to hang out, go gym trips and all that, and because everyone's trying to protect their brand or whatever.
Well, I would still, like, very much consider myself like old school CrossFit. Like, I still bring that mentality to what I do, because, like, I'll go and try something, and I don't become. I'm not trying to be a Mov Nat guy or be like a movement guy, like, or be. I'm just taking from different things what I find useful, or what I think other people will find useful, and I'm bringing them together, you know. And that's what CrossFit was originally, you know. It's just like, that works, I'll take that. And, you know, and that fits very well with my mentality. Like, I'm very much a generalist. I don't try to be amazing at anything. I was always like that. I was always like, I could pick stuff up easy, but I was never, like, great at any one thing.
But the other aspect, you know? And it's more tools in the toolbox. So you've more tools to use from. You have better education for when clients come in from different backgrounds.
Exactly.
But the other aspect of it, as you said, if you become a specialist, then you have to sacrifice everything else to be that specialist.
Exactly.
And in all fairness, being a specialist is kind of boring. Like, if you're just all one thing, and I get people that are like Kevin was like, he's an absolute strength, and he was like, Mark Ripto's a specialist in strength training, and his cert is very specialized in being absolute strength, and absolute strength is key. But not everyone wants to squat that much weight, or squat.
That's all.
In general, they might just want, like we were saying, like, they might just want to run or do Zumba or do whatever they want to do. But yeah, so the fact that you've, like, what you were saying is there's more tools in the toolbox. So you evolve as a better coach.
Absolutely.
You can handle all different types of clients that come through your door. For most of you, unless you're training athletes, you're training the GPP, general public.
Exactly.
Some of them might lean towards more strongman style or more movement style, but whatever they're leaning towards, you can handle, because you've you've been there, you've
Exactly.
done it, you've kind of dipped your toe in everything, and you've taken so you've CrossFit has outgrown CrossFit, and it's not CrossFit, it's everything. So you can't label it anymore.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
I don't think you can.
Yeah.
Which I think is a great thing.
Yeah.
So
Well, that's why I think this movement, like you hear people talk about, like movement coaches and this and that. Like,
yeah, so that's
like
the
you're a
new-
movement coach. I'm like anyone who teaches any type of movement is a movement coach. You know what I mean? But we're getting like to a stage where the lines are becoming blurred between things. So you know, you can't any longer say like I just do this or just do that, because everything leads to everything else. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you know, you start training gymnastics, and that helps with your weightlifting, and you know, and that's very old school CrossFit-esque as well, you know. But I just find that, like, I still have a deep love for CrossFit, don't get me wrong, like, and I still do the odd one here and there. But it's the dogma. There's a certain dogma there now of like, that's not CrossFit, you can't do that. And that is the sports side of it a lot, because people come to the gym, I don't know whether you notice this, like, you're not branded CrossFit now, but people come to the gym looking for that, like, they're looking at the games, they're looking at this glossy side of things, and they come to the gym looking for that, you know. And if you're trying to sell them, no, that's not, that's it, this is what it is, and they're like, oh, well, that's not what I saw on, you know. So there's that kind of weird thing where you have sport CrossFit and old school CrossFit.
Yeah, and it is, as you said, like the brother, like I found that in the last 2 years when I had Andy from Andy Myers, when he was here,
Andy, legend.
he was I was saying, there's now a movement culture, and he was like, I don't really like that. I'm not,
it's
like, there is, but we're not trying to create. We're just moving our bodies better.
Exactly.
And like Andy, he deadlifts, he squats, and he does all the stuff.
Exactly,
But like you generally, it's all about, like, everybody's the handstand guy. Handstands and coffee, like that's what he's kind of, he's niched himself a little bit too, because that's what he promotes. But he does multiple stuff in the studio.
Absolutely.
So yeah, that whole movement culture is like, that's been like 2 years now, getting bigger and bigger and bigger. But as you said, it's not you aren't promoting it as we have a movement culture. Like we're movement guys. You know what I mean?
The movement thing is kind of like where CrossFit was originally, and that's kind of like, what is this? You know, like
something new.
Yeah, like
but it's not new.
Yeah, like we do it this way, but we're both movement guys, and that's kind of the way CrossFit was.
Yeah.
It is still to a certain extent. Like one gym will be like strength bias, and other gym will do whatever. Like
it's whatever your coach is. And actually, I had a thought today, because I seen the thing online. There's a guy selling. He's programming for the CrossFits.
Yeah.
And our other strength and conditioning gyms, CrossFits, he's programming for whoever doesn't want the program anymore. And I get that it's time efficient, and he does it and all that. But then I was looking at it as like, but if your principles of coaching don't line up with his programming, you've lost you've lost the whole reason why you decided to either open a gym or do boot camps or do whatever you're doing. So that's like you just going in, all right, well, this is what I'm told to do, and then trying to teach that to your clients, but your passion won't be there for them, because it's not yours. And I think if you're a coach, if you're an owner, like, I know coaches have to do with the owner, but if you're programming, if you're a pro, my coach is like, you don't get it's my way, all right? I'll take your advice. But yeah, I think it's stuff like your passion is because of what you've worked on and what you're trying to offer and how you're trying to fix people. If you just go, well, I'm just going to follow this guy and then plagiarize it as my own, you're kind of lost.
It's kind of a hollow thing.
Yeah, and I think that's what will be a bad as it gets bigger, because you can get like Misfit Athletics, you can get Anfit, I think Anfit do it as well, and do all these different guys, and you can just they'll program for your gym. But I don't think it's gonna work. I think it's gonna crush gym owners long term, because they're gonna lose. They're literally just managing. Now, if it's all about profit, I suppose, if you don't care about what you're doing to a point, but you have to have an input to what goes on in your facility or with the clients you work with. If you're about working with clients, I think now, and you've gone from being a gym owner to an independent. How is that transition? Because that's
been an interesting journey.
Like going from like the day-to-day, the morning classes, the evenings, the nights, the clients, and all the shit that comes with that, which I still love to death. To an independent, where it's kind of it's you selling you, and you've got like you're doing seminars and corporate gigs and all that now.
Yeah,
How's
so
that?
it's very different. Like it was a huge transition, I suppose, because like I left the army, I left the gym in the same year, and the same year I went to Peru. I spent a month in the jungle in Peru, and it was like just a big kind of life changing thing for me. And when I got home, and the gym kind of went down and left the army, and there's a lot of identity tied up in those things, in CrossFit, like a huge amount of identity. Like, and you spend 6 years running a facility, and then it's very like, you identify with it, people identify you with it, and you're the CrossFit guy or whatever. And the same with the army, like there's a lot of identity tied up in that stuff, in being a soldier or being a military guy. There's a certain amount of social kind of respect or whatever tied up in that. So kind of, when that all happened, I was like, who the hell am I? Like, I knew what I wanted to do, but it was making that happen, And it took the guts of a year for me to kind of just reinvent myself and figure out like what I wanted to do and how I wanted to do it. I think it comes down to just like being authentically me. Like, so that's what I do now, as an expression of the stuff that I've kind of picked up and the stuff that I think is useful for general population people. Again, not trying to make people into like amazing Olympic weightlifters or into like, super movers. Like you look at Ido Portal and what he's doing, but there's lots of stuff in all of those things, like Mov Nat, Animal Flow, that we can bring to normal people and that everybody can do and get huge benefit from it, and there's lots of like where all of those areas kind of segue. There's a lot of stuff in there that you can bring to people that is very beneficial to them.
And I think quality, like for me, it's quality of life. For
absolutely
all my clients. Quality of life. If you want to be an athlete, you have to be willing to sacrifice your body. If that's the price of being an athlete. But it's quality of life, and moving more, and just feeling better, having more energy, going to bed and able to sleep on your shoulders, and you don't need 55 pillows to get into a position or take tablets to numb yourself down. And one of the things that we actually touched on, which we didn't kind of talk, it's not on the list that I'm looking at, is that finding that extra level with a client. So you have clients to come in, but there's a deeper as a coach, and that's something that you've seen, and I've seen it too, that there's a deeper level to a client, and then it's trying to get the client to that level, and a lot of clients don't want to go there because they have to kind of look at stuff a little bit more, and that's scary. And I get it, that's scary.
Absolutely.
Like you said, it took you a year. That I'm sure there was a scary point when I was in a very comfortable job to open a gym that didn't open 6 months down the line, shitting my brick, going, what am I going to do in my life? To here now, like that's a roller coaster, but there's that fear, and then it's like, are you willing to take the step forward? Like, so what is your kind of
the way I look at that is that people are kind of in this place where they want to make an exchange. So and it's much harder to do, like, to dig down deep into people if you're in a facility that has a brand, in a way, because they come into a CrossFit gym and then you're trying to kind of dig deep with them, and they're like, well, I'm coming here to like Rich Ronan the shit out of this, and this guy's trying to talk to me about like my work schedule and stress levels and stuff like that, and it's that I think people need to take ownership of their own shit a little bit more, you know. Stop outsourcing to people and looking for a money exchange. I pay you, you fix me, or I pay you, you make me lean, or you make me fit, or whatever the exchange is. It's more about taking ownership of your own stuff, looking at your own nutrition, learning about it. And that's what a coach should be, is like a facilitator to kind of help you in these situations. Okay, like I want to lose weight, how can we do that, but you have to be prepared to do it. You have to be prepared to take ownership of it and kind of learn about it yourself. And that's kind of what I see myself as now, without being too narcissistic or sounding like too aloof, you know what I mean? I think that's what a coach's job is, really, is to facilitate people and to educate them.
And it doesn't, you don't come out of like, this has been a process for you to get to where you are.
Absolutely.
And like this time in 5 years, you'll have another level, and every year you'll have another level, because you're constantly evolving yourself and what you're doing. And that's for clients need to understand that it's a constant, it's not just we're done.
Yeah.
There's no like, congratulations, there's your cert, you're fit, you're lean, see you later.
Yeah.
It's a daily thing, it's
Exactly.
life. It's how can you have a quality life, spend time with family, friends, enjoy your life is the other thing. Like it's enjoying having fun, playing around, and that brings us to Sunday. So you started your like Sunday movement. Do you have a name for it?
I just call it the movement.
The movement.
So yeah. As in, I see it as a movement against the kind of mainstream fitness thing. So I think like a lot of what we see now is very like negative and punishment orientated.
Yeah.
Like in the mainstream fitness industry, it's very like, I had a couple of pints and a pizza on the weekend, so now I go and flagellate myself in the gym for 45 minutes to an hour. I'll do that 6 times this week, and then I'm kind of back to I've paid my dues. You know what I mean? And that's a very negative attitude, and I think that's toxic in the long run. Whereas like I want people to train, to move, and to come away from that feeling better than they did going in. Do you know what I mean? I think like these things should add to your life rather than deplete you.
Like,
you know?
it's like playing.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's kind of your
huge elements to play. Yeah.
Just having some fun with some play, and if we all played a little bit more, and I say this to kids all the time, if you all played more, you wouldn't have to exercise to a point. Well, to a point, but you're very active. And it's your Sunday session they're on. You have them on Bull Island.
11 a.m.
11 a.m. and it's every Sunday, or
well, we're running a 4-week block at the moment.
Okay,
and that's again is still an evolving kind of thing. But like the basic format of it will be, we play a lot of games to warm up. So a lot of kind of movement style games and reaction games, and they kind of challenge you in a different way, because when your mind is working, you're using a lot of energy trying to react, but they're getting a workout in at the same time. It's sneaky training, you know. But the main thing is that they're interacting with other people. They're enjoying themselves. They're outdoors, in a natural environment, which is a huge thing that I really believe people need to do more of. Like, so then we'll do some flow stuff, a little bit like yoga-esque, but a little bit harder. Like it's tough. It's not super easy. Challenge them a little bit, get their nervous system working. Learning new skills is huge. After that, we'll maybe go into a little hit session, like something 10-15 minutes hard, let them feel like they got a sweat, and which is also important, get the heart rate up. And we finish with a nice breathing practice, so 10 minutes, 15 minutes of deep breathing. And people hopefully come away from it feeling better than they did.
Well, you had 20 people?
Yeah, 20 people last week.
Like all other
we had
people.
great feedback from it,
And there's a Facebook link. I'm going to put it in the link below when we post the video. So you guys want to know more about it, any Jody's details, will be on the link below, his Instagram and stuff, so you can follow him and you can contact him yourself. So before we wrap things up, before we go down and hit the ocean.
Yes, now we're talking.
Yes. What's coming up? What's next? What's going on for Jody Kennedy?
Yeah, I've got loads of ideas. As always, I've tons of ideas. But
we're stuck for time now.
This outdoor thing, I really want to push this. Like, I'm going back to, bringing people into the outdoors. Like, because I think it's huge now. Like it's huge. We spend no time in the outdoors now, and it's so good for you. Like, if you can interact with your environment, interact with other people. So I'm gonna try and push. I'm gonna do a half-day camp running, trail running, stone lifting, and cold water immersion. So I'm waiting till it gets a little bit colder for that. And that's going to be a male-only thing, so it's going to be men only. And that's another thing I'm kind of passionate about. I don't want to get off topic here a little bit, but I feel like in the modern world, it's very hard for men to kind of be men, So on one hand, we're not allowed to, by our male peers, we're not allowed to be kind of sensitive or to be emotional. And on the other side of things, we're expected to be, this Clint Eastwood figure that, just gets on with it and doesn't, then on the other side of it, like, that's not liked as well. So, like, to be manly or to express your manliness is like boorish or savage in some respect. And I don't agree with that, I think that for men to get together and do manly stuff is a very therapeutic thing. So I think that's a big problem in this day and age, is that men don't spend enough time in the company of other men and just being men, doing manly stuff. You know what I mean? So I know that probably sounds like
no, I get it, because there is that kind of like, you need to, like, it's this, you need to be sensitive. You need to like personally, I don't cry. I just don't. I never have. I don't know whether something happened to the child. I'm sure fucking people want to read into that.
It's
whatever.
social conditioning, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I just don't. I get upset, stuff like that, but that's not me. If another guy cries, it's not really. I feel awkward sometimes around that, but we have kids in program that cry all the time, and it's the same thing, and all we do is try and calm them down. But I get that a lot of guys, it's socially not acceptable to not cry, but it's not socially accessible to still not cry as a man. So you're kind of like, well, where do I land?
You don't fit anywhere.
Like, I get stick for not doing it, but I wouldn't give someone stick for doing it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's a catch-22. You can't win on either side.
It's like to be honest, like I'm a man, so I can talk from the man side, but I feel like it's very much the same on the female side of things, in that like women nowadays are expected to be like alpha bitch, you know, go getter, like
alpha bitch.
You know what I mean? Like they're expected to do all the things that men do, which is fine if they want to do that. That's no problem. But they're also expected to be a nurturing, caring, motherly figure, and you know those things are very hard to do at the same time. And it's like So I feel like that like is on the female side as well. Like it's humans overall. Like we're having this kind of, what are we, you know, as genders, I suppose, where do we fit and how can we express ourselves? And because we're trying to just homogenize gender really to a certain
and I think that's a whole other show.
Yeah, we're getting crazy now.
We're going to bring Jody back for that, just for that topic. Sorry, right? I'll go right into it. I'll crush all you out there.
And just to be clear, I am fully supportive of everybody that does, like, whatever anybody wants to do in any respect is, like, I'm fully supportive of everything as long as you're not harming anybody else. Do your thing. I have no problems with anybody. Do you know what I mean? So
but that's like
it is a sensitive subject to talk about.
I find that people, it's you put yourself in. Like I don't know. Actually, no, I'm not gonna go into it. No, I'm not gonna go into it because it's only gonna people wind people up. But we'll talk about this off camera. This is easier. All right, so we're gonna wrap up the show, guys. All the links for Jody are below. If you are interested with the last 2 minutes of that show, please comment below and we'll run a show on that, specific on that topic.
Lord.
Nothing to do with fitness, obviously, which defeats the purpose of the show. But all the links are to Jody. So Jody, is Bull Island, 4-week block.
Yeah.
Go train with him. Is there a charge for that?
It's €10 drop in.
So €10 drop in. Yeah. It's easy.
Keep an eye on my Instagram page. Jody Kennedy /IE, Jody Kennedy on Facebook, and that's a lot. Everything's up there if you want to find it.
Alright guys, so don't forget to subscribe to the show. We've got some cool upcoming. I think we got one from England. It's going to be a Skype call. We got some cool shows coming up. Don't want to announce them because I haven't confirmed them 100% because I'll feel like a dick then. But that happens. Alright, but stay tuned to the show. Follow us, Instagram, Facebook. New vlog coming out soon. Hope you enjoy that. If you don't leave negative comments. Only leave positive comments because there's no need for it. It takes you more effort to be an asshole than it is to be nice. Okay? So guys, thanks for watching the show. Jody, thanks for being on the show.
Pleasure.
And we're going to go jump in the ocean.
Yes.